Hey, Highland Games friends, and basically anybody who wants to add some rotational power and just really distill things down, simplify things. Basically, if I had it to do over again, this is how I would do it, and tons of value to this stuff, to early season type of stuff, as right now it's just coming into April, which in the Northwest is a very early preseason type of training still. Other people, have to flip-flop that around. So this would be especially first thing, and this is literally my first real practice. I've kind of dabbled, played around with some of the implements in the off season here for the last 6 months. This would be a great way to kick things off. Ideally, I would recommend that you're doing some kind of throwing, do some kind of drilling. If you are a newer thrower, you got to put some time in with the actual implements and splice in, work in some of this stuff. If you're a more advanced thrower, you can actually just get away with doing a ton of this stuff and leading into your throws with less actual touches on the implement. So with a beginner or someone in the kind of intermediate phase, you're going to want to touch some implements, or maybe even do like a 3-to-1, like actually touching, doing some drilling, and then every third throw doing an actual throw, or doing a bunch of drills and then bringing some practice implements out and doing a little bit of work. You want to do probably less than 25% of your work with actual implements. The rest would be drills and skills and stuff like this. So hopefully that helps as a base kind of setup. And then more specifically, all you need, so maybe you're a person that doesn't have implements, you're newer to Highland Games, this has all, takes nothing and gives everything kind of thing. It's really the only stuff that's kind of a true hack, besides maybe a little bit of wear and tear on your feet and knees, but really just armoring and conditioning the body. And that's where this comes in for people who are non-throwers, who want some of the benefits of throwing and striking and rotating. Basically, can you twist your body and hit a ball and throw a punch, whatever that is, this would be the stuff. And again, I just have a tire here too, so this could be very non-specific to Highland Games if we want to make it that way, but I'm here to kind of fast track this a little bit too. So first things first, with my kettlebell works probably a little bit better than a tire. Gives me a little bit more sense of something out there on the end of a chain or the other end of an implement. So what I'm going to do is just 8 kilo bell, get this thing going on a nice continuum. So I'm going to start with my weight loaded on this leg, or if I'm going to go the other way, I'm going to do both sides too. I want to load myself and work the ground with my feet. I want to really rotate. You see how I have my bright shoes on, so you guys can see how much my feet are grinding and working. So that's key piece number one, keeping my torso upright, but allowing myself to twist. If you look at my shirt, this should all be twisted up. I'm coiling or settling and tying that X together. Really, separation is another term in thrower terms, rather than more martial arts, is this coiling idea, coiling up. So I could do that without any weight even. Can I make my arms feel light and centrifugal force here at play? So stage one, stage two, level two would be here, more coiling up. Can I get this thing turning well, smooth? Again, this is a wake-up, warm-up. Most of us have been in the gym doing more of this plane, just stuck on this plane of motion where we're up and down with the barbell or holding on to real rigid stuff. If we're not doing a bunch of kettlebell work, not doing like carries and rotational work, we absolutely need this stuff, along with, I would say, sprinting and that kind of side of things too. But again, I'm just here and I'm turning with that implement. Okay, I'm gonna do both sides. So what I don't want this thing to do is drop out of orbit and get all chunky. I could just go completely on a level plane, you see me coming across here, or make it a little more specific to my throws being high to low. Oops, I lost my orbit there a little bit too. What you don't want to do is try to stop the implement out there. That gets really hard on the shoulders too. You'll figure that out pretty quick. But to show you how simple this could be, it could be holding on to anything. A tire works great. Here, working the ground with my feet. And again, I could go here, push it back, or even like I was just doing here, I'm switching hands, rotate through. And what, again, the point of this and the feel, kinesthetically, what's going on in my body, what I'm thinking about, what I'm feeling, is just turning my feet. feet, hips, and that nice stretch and uncoil, that elastic energy coiling up. I'm not trying to really pull with my arm at all. That slow is smooth, smooth is fast, fast is lethal, fast is deadly, speed kills, all that stuff too. So keep that in mind. So next layer here, fast track this a little bit. I could make this a little bit more specific. Again, could use my tire too, but I can coil up here and actually start to move my feet more specifically for Highland games. And I like to come back too. Smooth, turn, come back through, okay? So that could be the next layer. I could get, somewhat the sky is the limit. I could get creative with that and actually go through my full throws. I'll do a bunch of line drills with this too, so I could continue that cast and drive, or more that sprint type of drill, where I'm here and keep turning that way. Again, simplicity rules here with the kettlebell, with the tire, not having implement in my hands, not having expectation for how far I'm throwing it. Of course, it's okay to let go of the weight and let that come, but I would not worry about the actual throw, how far that goes. Again, especially deep off season or to prime, get your feet moving well. I would guarantee if you can't do this drill really smooth and well, you're definitely not able to maximize what your throws can be or will be. This is essential, and this is building you into the throws if you trust that process. And again, if you're not a thrower, this is the great foundation. Instead of going and picking up a heavy Highland Games implement, same idea with like Olympic lifts, doing like full Olympic lifts and trying to smash a bunch of weight on there is only going to break you down, I would argue. Very little specific athletic carryover. You can just build a ton of bad habits, a ton of risk of injury, where this is going to simplify, distill down those basics, like doing a kettlebell swing, doing something like learning to jump well before you go and have a heavy Olympic barbell in your hand that just gets to be very poor form, or starts off as very poor form and has a huge learning curve. This is simplifying it, bring it down to a good base and instant application for you guys. So hope that helps. Let me know how that works for you guys. Please share, like, comment, help keep this content going. The more feedback I get from you guys, the more likes and shares, the more I can keep putting this stuff out. So thanks, guys.